Hey guys, Ty here with Eric, who's going to show me this special Dark Zone vendor for noobs like me who are still far away from getting to this point in the game.
Yeah, so it turns out there is another Phoenix gear, Phoenix vendor.
Yep.
She takes Phoenix credits rather, and she's in the Dark Zone. I think it's a she. Hopefully I'm not wrong. We'll find out. But it's over here in the top part of the Dark Zone. It's all the way at the top. So the premise though is that you have to be level 50 though.
In the Dark Zone.
Yeah, in the Dark Zone. Dark Zone level 50. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to buy anything from her. So it's kind of useless in a way. But we'll make our way over there so you can kind of see the stuff that she has. Like I said earlier, like on another video that we did, I got the Tenebrae blueprint from her, which was really cool. But she also, sells armor, weapons, and other blueprints. So we'll check that out right now.
What I was gonna say, what is Phoenix Bucks? Can you explain exactly what those are? Because like someone in the game like me, I'm not even at a point where I have a Phoenix. Well, actually, I guess I do have some Phoenix Bucks. I got it like as a reward when I installed this game. But
So Phoenix credits are another type of currency that you have in the game. It's like pretty much like end game currency.
Yeah.
You use that primarily to buy, blueprints so that you can, make new high-end weapons, as well as for recalibrating, as well as for recalibrating high-end gear. So it's definitely important to get those. Currently, the only ways to really get those are getting them off named bosses in the Dark Zone. I believe you can get them off named bosses in the kind of higher end areas, like the 28 to 30 where we were just at.
Yeah.
And then I also believe you can get them from your daily missions. So once you hit 30, you're going to have 3 daily missions that pop for you. 2 of them are relatively easy. They're just like hard mode versions of them, which aren't too bad. They're manageable solo. But the challenge mode one is pretty insane. Every mob is elite, so it's like yellow mobs, and they just take a lot of damage. And they're 32, so they're 2 levels higher than you.
Yeah.
The shotgun guys take me out in like 2 shotgun shots or something like that. So I would suggest not going there until you actually have good gear. People are probably matchmaking, thinking they can just do it. You might be able to do it with enough strategy, but it took me an hour and a half to do my one run on like Saturday.
Jeez.
Anyways, I was right. It is a she. Here's a Dark Zone special vendor, and we'll take a look at her gear. So she has a weapon, a vector that's not that great, to be honest. You can probably make your own that was better. I bought the Spec Ops armor. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It could have had a better talent, but you don't always get to choose when you don't have high-end stuff.
Yeah,
so
we went that right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you go. Level 30, rank 50 on a lot of those high-end pieces of gear.
Yeah. So the only thing I guess that you could buy if you wanted to is that you can buy Dark Zone keys. You should not buy this, okay? Do not spend 40 credits on this, okay? It's a waste of money. You'll get so many keys from just doing the Dark Zone.
Yeah.
She also has 2 jackets. Like, I wish I could see what they look like. They're expensive, though.
That's the one thing that always bothered me is you can't always see that stuff.
Yeah, there's no inspect right now.
Clothing.
So that's the one thing that Destiny did really well that right now isn't in the Division. Like, I cannot look at your gear.
No.
Like, so that would be nice to have, maybe in a future update. But yeah, so she sells a bunch of different blueprints, and they're like some of them are pretty good, depending on like what you want. I see some people making the custom M44 marksman rifle, so this is like a sniper.
Okay.
And like if you get really good rolls, it can do really sick damage. I've seen some streamers, with the right support people with them, just like buffing them, they get near like 1 million headshot crits, which are like insane.
Okay.
But yeah, this is kind of your next end game kind of vendor after the special gear vendor in the in your main headquarters.
Yeah.
Once you hit 50 Dark Zone, this is probably where you want to head to. There are other vendors, but she's the one that takes the Phoenix credits, and she has the some of the good recipes.
And so you see some of those guns have, I guess, 3 talents associated with them.
Yeah, these are
no idea
those,
what they're gonna get.
Yeah, these ones are those are just those. You want a double barrel shotgun?
There
Here you go.
Have one.
Have a high end one that might roll. What you want, might not.
So is there a way to tell what those talents might be, or is there just no way? It's
Someone,
just a crapshoot.
Yeah, this one's a crapshoot. I mean, someone has come out and started putting out some of the weapon talents, so you can kind of research what you can get, but it's a total crapshoot. That's replayability, right?
Yeah,
you got to grind your butt off. Some people get lucky on the first try, and those guys are the worst people, and I hate them.
Yeah.
But
the worst people.
I'm jealous, of course.
Screw those guys.
But yeah, these are the ones again that take division tech, so it's a little bit harder to craft. But you do find division tech here and there, sometimes off the Dark Zone bosses, and then in the tech boxes that are kind of around. And I think once you get a certain tech wing upgrade, it'll make things easier because they'll kind of show up on the map. But yeah, that's kind of a look at the Dark Zone special gear vendor. Your like next Phoenix credit person, I guess, the person you're gonna spend the Phoenix credits at.
What's the best tip you can give someone to get to rank 50 in Dark Zone?
Oh man, I would say definitely don't go rogue.
Yeah.
Because the risk reward just isn't there in the game right now. I would say try to find an efficient kind of like run, which I've kind of like figured one out. Maybe we can do a video on that.
Yeah.
Just like kind of what my run is in the lower end Dark Zone areas. Actually, maybe I can show it to you on the map. I don't know.
Yeah.
I generally like in the Dark Zone area, like basically you want to figure out like where the bosses are, right?
Yeah.
And where there's a lot of mobs. So I generally, there's a boss like down here, and then I kind of loop around. I do this blockade. There's a boss here. And then I try to swing around to this division tech building, try to get division tech, and then I also kill a boss, and then like I loop back around to this extraction. And just go in a circle and hope that nobody else is doing the same thing, because there are spawn timers. I believe it's like 10 minutes for bosses.
Yeah.
And then for, like the crates, the big Dark Zone crates, I think they're like 2-hour cooldown. So like if you open one, don't even bother for another 2 hours because it's not going to be there, but definitely check.
And you're doing this solo, right?
I did it mostly solo.
Yeah,
I would say I did it at 80% solo, and then there was probably a good 20% of that time where I was with the group. And I will tell you this, that if you can get a group, it's just way easier.
Yeah.
It's way less stressful. You don't have to be afraid that if you die, you're going to lose all your gear, because someone will revive you, whereas if you're playing solo, you're just going to die. So if you have the opportunity, of course, don't run around solo as well. If you can fight it. Otherwise, just play safe, smart, get efficient. That's really how it is.
Cool. Well, there you go. That's what you have to look forward to when you get to level 50 in the Dark Zone.